true. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
You know what's right. Just do right. It will satisfy your soul.
Greetings and salutations. What it is, what's up? It is your boy, Big Frank. Hope your day is going well, wherever this may find you in the world, in the universe. What it is, what's up? I don't know why my voice just got froggy out of nowhere. I was just talking well moments ago. Do me a favor. Make sure you guys share, subscribe, tap in the room with me today. My goodness, today. As y'all know, I know my boy Donta Myles in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then we have, I'm going to just use this word because I just make stuff up on the spot, a concerned citizen.
A concerned citizen.
Named Ronnie, who's rocking out with us.
Let's go.
Just introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself as if they don't even know who you are.
Okay. Well, my name's Ronnie. I've been a longtime resident here. I've just been fed up with the nonsense. You know, you look around. I was born in 94, I was saying earlier. And I don't remember a time here that it was beautiful, that it was operational, that it was good for all of us. And it's just a time to change.
Valid.
Just a time to change. So here we are.
Yes, Brother Donta, tell them about yourself.
All right. So, born and raised here in the city of Niagara Falls. Been here since 1978. I just gave my age. So I'm a family man, husband, father, son to the city. I am a musician. I've been playing since I was like 13-ish. And I am what would maybe considered to be somewhat of an activist, but an advocate for the betterment of our city. That's one. And I am a former city councilman from 2022 to the end of this past year, 2025. And I'm still around. I'm still here. And as of late, I find myself serving more so as consequences to those who are toxic within our local governing body and in our surrounding areas, our surrounding within the city of Niagara Falls. So I'm here. I'm here to make sure that I be whatever I'm supposed to be for, the betterment of the quality of life of our city.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I'm wanting to call things out for those who are looking for the page on Fire 716 Radio. It will be there momentarily. I shared it to too many other pages. But it'd be the guy.
Okay, I just found
sweet. I was like, oh, look what's happening. Where are you? Ronnie, before we get into the heavy conversation, what sparked for you this motion to really get into a Niagara Falls conversation? Because you started speaking, your video's gone viral. But what was that kickoff for you?
So the kickoff was that I almost got hit by a car on Packard Road Bridge.
Wow.
And I was talking about it for a couple of days prior, that when I was driving up the bridge, you can't move anywhere without like sharp edges, right? Yeah. And brick showing under. So I was driving down towards the falls, and somebody in the left lane, I was in the right lane, because I was trying to figure out which way my car was going to go, right? Yeah. You got to figure out the route, you know? Yeah. So I went to the right, and this guy, pressed on his brake right at the edge of the bridge there, kind of swerved over. So I almost ran off the road. And I just felt angry, not only because, it was scary, but because how are the conditions so bad? Yeah. How did they get so to this point? It's not just a bad winter, that everybody said. It's years of neglect. So that sparked the video. What sparked my continuation of doing this was a couple months ago, I was just researching my ancestors. And Uriah Binkley is my third great-grandfather, and he was a Mennonite settler from Pennsylvania. He was a carpenter, and he was one of the 5 gentlemen who founded the Falls settlement. So that kind of put everything into perspective for me, that this runs a little bit deeper than I could explain. And then I could finally find the answer of what it was. So here we are, just trying to be a voice, a bridge between the politics and the people.
Valid. I know For those who may not know, Dante, what sparked you many moons ago to dive into this?
What got me into City Hall initially was something as simple as they missed my garbage 2 weeks in a row due to them not the city not coming down my street when we were practicing our alternate parking. So everyone was parked where they were supposed to be, but they would not drop a blade down my street to get the snow up. So of course we ended up parking on slants.
Yeah.
So of course the trucks would not come down there to take our garbage because they can't hit our cars.
Yeah.
So I made a conscious decision to show up and address that council body at the time. Well, when I got there and I noticed the lack of concern, the lack of engagement on that council body.
Yeah.
So it's not just this Restino administration. I was there during the Dyster administration.
Oh, I heard that was bad.
Yeah,
I heard that was bad.
But I have some pros that goes along with the Dyster, although it wasn't all that great. But what I will say is that I addressed them and I said at the actual podium, I said, maybe I should run for one of your seats and say what I'm saying here up there. Maybe there's some type of sound barrier that you can't hear what I'm saying right now, or you don't care to hear. And my sarcasm was on 1,000 that day.
Yeah.
And so after that, I said, and I started looking at the agenda items, which a lot of people who show up now, when you come and you see what's happening, that will make you come back because you see how they're voting and you see how it's affecting you directly.
Yeah.
And that's literally what started me, because I looked at the agenda item, and as a tax-paying homeowner, kids in the school system, all of this, I realized how it was affecting me personally, and I saw how they didn't care how they were voting.
Yeah.
So from that point on, I became somewhat of a thorn.
Yeah.
I became the disruptor. I became the one that kind of like the level of accountability that they weren't used to having at the time. You had a few people that would show up every now and again and get up and they play nicety and they'll talk and, well, I feel like we should do whatever. And they just didn't care.
Right. And this is over about 10 years ago, right?
This was 10 years ago. Yes.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
2016.
It still kind of feels the same way.
Yes. And
it really does.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It really does.
Yeah. A quick shout out to Lisa. We see you. Tim, what's up? Kevin, what's going on? And Tim, we see you again. Appreciate you all for tuning in.
Hi, Lisa.
And rocking out. So if you're on here, holla at us, make a comment, ask questions, rock out. Y'all know what we do. It's just conversation. We just talking. So Dante speaks from a vantage point of, for 10 years, you have been a voice of, I'm going to call it what it is, a voice of reason, a voice of transparency, asking those questions. Ronnie, you hit the scene via, I almost died. Death almost came my way.
Yeah.
Which then you find out that, hey, I got weight in this city just on your lineage and ancestry. Now, for myself personally, I'm from Niagara Falls, born and raised between Niagara Falls and Buffalo. And I was around. So I know the experiences of what's happening. I see the decay. To call a spade. So it wasn't until last year roundabout that somebody got on a podcast, it just went kind of crazy in a conversation. And that yielded a traction that then allowed my voice to be more impactful than I even intended. Because, certain things you do in your church, that's our church folks, I got you. But now it's a conversation of like you said, the community isn't aware of what's going on.
No, it's crazy.
Because really they're just trying to survive day to day, trying to make it work.
Exactly.
They're not in tune to what it is. I took it upon myself to be like, you know what? Let me be the barrier of breaking down what just happened.
Right.
Let me give you a dialogue of what's going on.
Make it digestible.
Exactly. And that yielded just the space of being in the politics, if you will. So
and the thing about it is this, you can wink at ignorance once.
Yeah.
Ignorance can be corrected. Ignorance can be cured. One thing that I will say, and I make these statements often sometimes at city council meetings, is there's a level of accountability that definitely has to be held from the governing aspect. But then there's the level of community accountability, and I'm not talking about this washed up podcast community. I'm just I am who I am. Y'all know me. Community accountability from the people.
Yeah.
Because here's the truth: we do what we want to do, We spend money on what we want to spend money
Yeah.
on. We make time for what we want to make time for, and we make the sacrifices for the things that we consider most important to us.
Yes.
So my thing is this, a guy that, and I'm gonna go
ahead.
there.
Go.
Right?
Let's go. Let's just go.
A guy that gave his only begotten son for our lives also said that my spirit shall not always strive with man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's for those of you who are Bible believers. I'm not pushing whatever you, but I'm just, because that's usually what, I mean, they put their hands on the Bible to get sworn in. So that's what I'm going to use.
I was actually shocked when there was a prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance at the city council meeting the first time.
Yeah.
Because like for me, if we're going to do that, like where's the community at?
Right.
Where's the community go?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was shocked.
So for me, you know, I can't keep giving passes, community passes, for people who, once we're putting this information out there and a lot of people become vocal and a lot of people have a lot of talk back or a lot of spit back and a lot of, take shots or whatever the case is. If you don't show up, your voice is very minimal to none.
Yeah.
And so overall, yes, there's accountability that should be held on the dais and from the mayor's office and county legislator and our state representatives and everyone who represents our city in any form. However, that same level of accountability has to go both ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me be quick, petty.
Oh, you good.
I.e., Joe, solution. So what happens is that I agree with that, and I have to be realistic too. People work, people have that, but there should be representation. What I will call the block clubs, what I will call the churches, the religious institutions. That even if I can't make it personally, I've given my concern to my community representative,
right,
to be able to go on my behalf. If you do that, that'll pack the house out every time.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. I get messages a lot asking me to do to say certain things, which is great.
Yes,
that'd be a good way.
Absolutely.
But even just people showing up is important.
Yes.
It's just important because I was empty. That room was empty, and they said there was more people there that night than there usually was at the city hall meeting when I went 2 weeks ago. So just you move numbers when you just show up. It shows that people are watching.
People in power, I always say, people in power should never outweigh the power of people.
Right.
So I know y'all, this is my podcast, and y'all be like, Frank, I'm not running it all. It's me and Ronnie, okay? Because she got questions. Okay? So I'm gonna open it up to you. I know there's some talking points that you wanted to highlight.
Yes.
We can dive into as well.
Yes. So let's see. I wrote here, it's a strange feeling growing up in a city that feels forgotten while millions of people visit every year. And on top of that, a lot of us inherited hopelessness here before we inherited any opportunity. And I speak on that because, like I said, me being born in the 90s, I didn't see the city doing anything progressive. If anything, I saw it declining. I remember 1 year of the Festival of Lights, and then it never happened again. I remember the Winter Garden, but then it closed down. I remember the Italian festivals, but then it got smaller and smaller and then left. And then I remember the Hyde Park Carnival, and then it stopped. I remember there being no businesses on Main Street ever. Not once. Not a single one of them. In Pine Avenue, it was slowly dying, but there was stuff there. There was. Yeah. But I just feel very strongly that like we've been forgotten here, or we forgot who we are here. You see a lot of people leaving. You don't see a lot of opportunity happening here. And I just think that that's something that we have to talk about, because when you don't have opportunity here, you don't have something to look forward to, it really affects people's mental health. It affects your decisions on what you want to do for your life. Because when you look around you and things are gone and things are dying, what do you have to look forward to?
Valid. Just a quick highlight. Hello, Lori.
That's my mom.
That's your mom. That's my girl.
What's going on, Lori?
Lisa, greetings to you and Mother Sankey. Blessing to you, Valid.
Hey.
But I think that, and I love your point. I love the point of view because you don't know the background story of the full details of what was or what's not.
I'm discovering things, and every time I do, I'm like, what?
Yeah. So as a resident coming to visit, coming to see, no matter what you say was happening behind closed doors, the resolve is it appears as if things are declining.
Yeah.
Main Street, Pine Avenue, and then it speaks to like, where's your focal point? Where's your focus at? Because it can't be community.
You know what? something just quickened
What is it?
on the inside of me. So, what appears, right?
Yeah.
Can I say this? I feel like one of the big issues is our local media.
Mm.
And I'm gonna say this really out loud.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this out loud because one actually hopped on the posts regarding this tonight, this show tonight, along with Mr. Pfeiffer from the Gazette. I name names, I don't care.
Yeah, name him.
You got to.
So Joe, Pfeiffer, and anyone else within media, I think half of the problem is the fluff pieces that you guys write.
Oh,
Because what you're doing is you're creating this illusion that
narrative.
Niagara Falls is okay.
right.
Yeah.
And the
not.
problem is we've been sick.
Sick.
Yes.
Unhealed,
And
you said that.
very much
unhealed.
unhealed. So what I do have a problem when you come out and you have so much of this to say,
Yeah.
when you are half of the problem. When you go to a city council meeting, and I have to go here. You go to a city council meeting and you see that the same stuff that I talk about at these meetings, where we don't have a city controller, the person who has all of the information, most of the information that the council members need, and they're asking questions because the absent mayor is not there.
Oh, the absent mayor.
And when you see that they're operating out of order, they're voting in there, you see them asking questions, not getting answers, and still saying yes.
The mayor's lawyer getting mad.
Right.
The lawyer's he's getting mad at them for asking questions.
And you
He wants them to vote.
but you don't put that in your articles. You write these pieces as if, they're just complaining, another wild night, another circus night at City Hall. Right. You want to minimize the voice of the people when you write stuff. So these are fluff pieces that you write. Yeah. And I do not respect that at all.
At all.
Period. And that's valid because he wrote even recently from last night's meeting, it's a one-liner at the top, short take. But you're missing out the details of concerns, and you miss out the challenges that the community have with the lawyer. You're missing. I was only there for a brief moment, but when you silence the voice of the people, if you're gonna report, go through it.
Right.
Go through. Right. You record it. Take notes. What did they bring up, and the reason why we bring up the same concerns, obviously they're not dealt with.
Right.
I bring up the same situation, the same dilemmas, because they're not being addressed. And then there isn't that level of transparency. Yeah. Now, the lawyer, I'm on it now, is quick to say it was sent to you all. But even in the documents that is sent, it does not give the details of what you're talking about. It is vague.
So they do their own research?
So what happens is they get a
45 minutes before the city council meeting. 45 minutes, mind you.
Right? This. Here's what happens.
Yeah, give it to us.
So before this administration, the city council used to get the documentations at least 1 week in advance. Right now, and that would be like on a Wednesday. Yeah. Give them from Wednesday to Wednesday to kind of like go over everything. When I was in City Hall and I was dealing with our slip and fall lawyer, who's the one that sets up these documentation to send to us, we get them sometimes Saturday, Sunday, before that Wednesday meeting, right? And so my thing is this. And so let me just kind of bust or dispel this whole idea of one of the things that was consistently said regarding me was, Dante, you never talked to the mayor and asked him. Well, I sat across a table from the mayor and asked him a question that I knew the answer to. And he knows if he sets his eyes on this actual show tonight, he know exactly what I'm talking about. I asked him a question and I knew the answer. And I just wanted him to have a ounce of good integrity. Yeah. And the man sat and stared me in my face and lied. So if you can lie to me directly in my face when I'm asking you a question man to man, there's nothing you can say in your office. I don't want to have a meeting behind closed doors with you because I don't trust that you're going to be upfront, straightforward, and give the truth. So therefore, I always suggest with my colleagues to pretty much have him show up at our meetings. So whatever he says is on record.
Yeah.
Every on record is everything to me.
Why do you think he doesn't show up? Have we been given a reason, or does he? When did he stop?
He
or did he
doesn't-
ever start?
No. He in the very beginning, especially before I got on.
Yeah.
He used to show up every now and
Okay.
again. He would give administrative reports, and then all of a sudden,
He felt
this guy
uncomfortable.
started coming
Yeah.
to the podium and asking him some questions that made him uncomfortable, and then
That's
I got
tough.
elected.
Okay, so
And-
you really said
And it was he's going to address me every time,
Yeah.
every chance he gets. And he told the chairman, which is Ken Tompkins,
Yeah.
if Tim watched this, he can vouch if he's a man, if he can be a true individual, a truthful individual. Ken told me that the mayor pretty much made it clear to him that now that I got elected, he's not coming to any more of our city council meetings.
so he threw a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
basically, which is crazy because for me, I'm just a concerned person here in this community.
Yeah.
So I can hide. I'm allowed to do that. I didn't sign up to be a mayor, right? You know what the job entails. You know
Right.
people are going to give you big, hard questions. So my thought is you need to put your big boy pants on and show up.
Yeah.
And show up, because if you're not hiding, if you're not guilty, if you can't stand uncomfortable questions, you should not be in the hot seat.
Yeah.
And you are in the hot seat.
Yeah. And one of the things that was just the biggest thing was just transparency.
Right.
Where's this money really going? What's
Right.
really happening? Let us be informed.
Yes.
And does this really make sense?
So we all know that I put in foils, right? Just recently.
You might get them in 2 years.
Okay, I looked up the law because I will take this. I will take this
Yeah.
down. I will take this all the way I
No
got
doubt.
to. I will annoy everybody in the world. I don't care. I submitted 5 different FOIL requests.
Yes.
One of which was just a couple things inside the downtown revitalization initiative that was 19 million, and then I mistaked myself on that video. I said 5.7 million. It was 57 million. I blew my mind blown. I was like 57 million. It's worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I did 4 FOIL requests for that particular thing with different things. The consultations, the consultants.
Yeah.
What do you mean consultants? What are they
Consultants to
consulting?
consult you about
Consulting
another-
about what? The project that's not going to happen?
Right.
Okay, fine. I want to know where that came from. I want to know why you spent millions on vehicles and vehicle maintenance repairs. Who is that? What's that
Yeah.
for? That's interesting to me, right?
Yeah.
I did another one on just finding where everything the NFC. The NFC. I got a lot of questions. Who are they?
Right.
Who are they?
Right.
So and I learned that they were, a way to transfer this money so the federal government doesn't get it back. Right? Because that's what happens. They have an allotted amount of time.
Oh, these are the adjustments.
Right? So it's like a bank, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So before we get into that, I'm gonna tell you, I watched. Now I love the way that life works. I came across the video in 2025. The mayor is in the center, the lawyers to the right, and Liz is to the left. And they talked about the FOIL request.
Mhm.
And in the conversation, the mayor says, "Listen, you can submit a FOIL request," and I'm paraphrasing that, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna get it back right away. Number one, we might forget it.
You got 20 business days.
That's what they say. But now what he said was, because if we overlook it,
Oh, they can't overlook this.
he says, I got to send it to the administration, which is the lawyer who has to deduct the information that you ain't supposed to have. So they will use strategies.
But exactly, and that's what I was hearing, right? That they could pick and choose what you ask for. But what I wrote down on this, and you
Yeah.
only get a real small line. I mean, you get 3 really tiny lines
Yeah.
to ask what you're looking for, right?
And they had
So-
stopped in that minute online.
What's that?
Then I think somebody said they had stopped FOIL requests.
Yeah, so you have
but
to.
They had to start. They had to kick that back up.
So, but I
Yeah.
decided to turn mine in
Valid.
right in person. So
Yeah.
I city clerk
Right.
knowing the date and that I put them
Yeah.
in. The very next day, I did get a confirmation with FOIL numbers for each of my FOIL
Yeah.
requests.
Good.
And then I got a PDF saying that it has until May 19th or May 20th to either hand over the FOIL requests I asked for or the denials. And if they deny me, then I can go ahead and fight for that, right?
Mhm.
Which I will do.
Yeah.
Do. I did also put in 2 FOIL requests for the New York State as well, for the Empire development through New York State, which
Yeah.
is what I believe is through was the RID, if I'm not mistaken, the Downtown Revitalization. They're the people who
Okay.
gave that to
Yeah.
us. And then I also did it for the Empire State. So that is for the COVID fund. So I want to know what the state thinks or what they know, and then I want to know what the city thinks.
Ronnie said,
Right.
Listen, I want all of it. I got
No doubt.
time. I don't
Yeah.
have chill. I have a 14-year-old stepdaughter, but she's good. I got time.
Right.
I got time. I got time, and I want all of you guys to know,
Yes.
because it's a thing. Like they've been so everybody. The comments under my videos are, "We're broke. The city's broke. They don't have anything. They don't have anything."
That's
The,
where
the,
money
the
is.
individual taxpayer pays about $7,500 a year. Okay, that's a lot. That's higher than Lewiston's, mind you. That's higher than Lewiston, and they at least got something going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's raised a lot of red flags, a lot of questions here. So I'm hoping that if he's got nothing to hide, if this administration doesn't have anything to hide, then they should be able to release those FOIL requests without a problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you on the 21st.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna need some help going
redact-
through all
for
this.
sure.
Okay.
See, their redaction game is
Oh man, I can't believe they can even
ridiculously
redact
crazy.
anything.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, as a city councilman,
Yeah.
it got to the point where I had to put in a FOIL request.
That's
I
crazy.
shouldn't. I shouldn't have had to, but I ended up doing it just to see. And then what they did is they did the 60-day extension because we needed A, B, and C. And then
they can file for an extension. I forgot.
60 day.
Mhm.
And
Dang,
what
I've been
I
waiting
got
forever.
back was a waste of paper because most of the
25
paper,
cents a paper, mind you.
right? Most of the pages was literally all black.
All black.
Wow.
So they wasted a lot of ink.
And that's what he. I mean,
That came out
that's
of our
what he
taxes,
said
too.
he would do
Yeah.
in the video. So it's on YouTube. You can
He
look
said
it
that
up.
he would be transparent.
No, that he did have everything redacted
Redacted. Mhm.
by the administration.
Now, why? Why would you do that, Mayor? Why would you actually do that? Like, I need to know. Like, why would you actually redact anything from the people at this point? Because it's quite clear you have an audience now,
Mhm.
right? So, like, if you're going to redact these things, you're already telling on yourself.
No valid. I don't think he has a true heart for the overall city. That's just
Is he from here?
His family, from what I hear, his father was a great man.
Yeah.
What I hear.
Yeah.
Money could do things to people,
Yeah.
though.
I don't know what happened along that next generation.
Yeah.
Or with him, and because he doesn't come to any cookout that I'm involved in, I won't go too hard into his personal life, but excuse me.
Did
what
we
I
see he's running again too? Did I?
Oh,
see
yeah.
Yeah,
that?
he's running.
Oh, I know for a fact
He's running.
That is
He's
bananas.
running.
That's actually crazy. Everybody needs to get out and vote.
Yeah,
No valid.
That's all I'm saying.
yeah. Don't complain
And then not
and
do
not
nothing.
show up.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, you heard that, Joe? Solution. Vote.
Right.
Just wanna know.
Yeah.
But valid. And I think that because if you're not going to vote, you'll get the same results you've been getting.
Right.
And
Yeah.
really what it's been, and unfortunately, is a lot of conversation with no follow through.
Right.
Yes.
And it's been that way for a very long time. History, it's been like that. And it's like, when are you gonna stop lying to us? And I mean,
Right.
and I'll give you grace.
They are
that,
lying to us, right?
that
Playing
you
in
might,
our faces.
You might mean well, but at the end of the day, because of your failure of transparency,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
every deal has fallen.
Yeah.
Right. And
When you-
why?
When you look at this is year 7, just in case of anyone who doesn't know
Yeah.
of this administration. From the first campaign that he ran, the words that came out of his mouth, I would say well over 90% of what he said, he reneged the minute he got elected.
Mm.
And so
And how can
my
you do
thing,
that?
well, see, here's the thing. See, what happens is they go through this pattern where people are so sick and tired of somebody that they go for the next person.
Yeah.
So a lot of
They
people were
accept
tired of
anything.
Mr. Deister.
and-
And so he came and he said what he thought that people would like to hear. And I believe in, removing the red tape and allowing developers to develop. And
Not even.
And
Not
right
even.
now, you're literally doing the entire opposite of what you said you were
It's
going
like
to
they
do.
don't want any of us to do good for this community.
No,
There's so
yep.
many people that I know inside of this city that have ideas and have businesses, a
Yes.
small business that they run out of their home. I'm one of them, and we can't take off because it doesn't happen for us.
Yeah. And the city isn't really open to such.
No.
So even individuals who I know who are financially capable, the ability to handle, maybe they can't handle the Genesis building, but they can handle that storefront.
Exactly.
Right.
They can handle partners. They can handle the whatever these spaces was. They pursued that and got a whole lot of red tape.
Yeah, I look at Main Street and I look at some of these buildings and I could see the potential for
Absolutely.
the art studio I'm craving to have for the community.
Val,
You know, big beautiful windows, just walking down the street.
Val,
Community.
okay, you in the vision?
On the side of the old school, it said there was once opportunity here.
Yeah,
that's depressing.
Yeah,
that's depressing.
And again, it's like the relationship with developers, with whoever, is so piss poor. And this is what I'll say too.
Why is that though?
Because number one, we don't vet where we're getting ready to go. We delay, we wait last minute, then we rush, and that's been consistent just in multiple. Oh, we gotta have this. Wait, you ain't.
What else is he doing?
I think a lot
what
of
else
it,
is there to do?
A lot of what happens, and this is what I see. So I'm speaking from interior experience.
Right. Exactly.
A lot of what I saw as a council person was a lot of nepotism, a lot of friends and family, or let me appoint someone or place someone, whether it be a dog shelter or whether it be an ice rink.
Out of Erie County too,
yes,
right?
out of Erie County. Or whether it be removing one management of the ice rink to put someone in that I know that's going to march to my drum beat and cause a problem. So this is the same guy. I feel like he's the arson that sets something on fire, and then he comes with this little fire extinguisher to try to put it. Well, actually, it gets worse. It's like he sets something on fire, and then he has a can of gasoline to try to put the fire out. The problem is create a problem and pretend
that
to be the solution.
Yeah. Wow.
So that when you see that from the interior, and then when you have a weak council, not a council that has checks and balances, not a council, a majority council that's willing to address these issues, ask the tough questions, challenge him.
Yeah.
You know,
it seems like he doesn't like to be challenged.
Well, he hates to be challenged. That's why he doesn't show up. Right.
That drives me crazy. When I went to that first meeting, I was like, "Where's the mayor?" And the women behind me, they were very friendly, introduced themselves, let me know who everybody was, what was going on. They knew it was my first time. They're like, "Oh, the mayor doesn't come, but that's his lawyer." And then my mom at the end of the meeting, she goes right up to him. "Who are you?" right. I was like, "Bye."
But you know what? See, now, so let me go back to what we were talking about in the beginning when it came down to Mr. Deister.
Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't like how Mr. Deister may operate. It didn't like a lot of his answers. I didn't either. That's why I would challenge him as well. Yeah. But one thing that I can respect, and I will continue to say about the Deister administration, is not only did Mr. Deister show up, and I can tell you exactly how it went. He'll give you the administrative update.
Yeah.
As the mayor and his administration, right? And his administrator and Mr. Nelson. And when he got done giving his administrative update and they went and they did the vote, he got up. He didn't leave the council chamber. He just went and sat in the back because he knew he was about to get some heat.
Yeah.
In many cases, but he stayed. But not just that. Mr. Deister also had every person that he appointed, the chief of police, the chief of fire, DPW department head, code enforcement department head, like the head of community development, they were all in that front row. So when someone came and they actually spoke about the streets or about dilapidated buildings or garbage or whatever the case is, they had people, he made sure that his people were there to at least give some answer, even if it was an answer that you may not have liked or agreed with.
At least you know what's going on.
You at some point.
To a point.
You know what I mean? So the difference between him versus this guy that we are dealing with right now.
Little courage, the cowardly dog.
Yeah.
Except minus the courage. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Yeah. And I don't want to bash this man. I really don't, you know. I want to see the light in him.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. But I remember in 2020, Black Lives Matter movement was happening. They were boarding up. They were boarding up walls, windows.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mind you, abandoned buildings.
Right.
Okay. There's no in these storefronts. There's nothing happening in these storefronts. They're boarding them up. He was outside of City Hall giving a speech, and I was like, okay. Well, you know, he's here in front of the community talking to people. You know, don't destroy your streets. Blah blah blah. I was thinking, okay, look at this mayor. I haven't seen a mayor like come out and like speak to people, and then ever since then,
you know, certain scenes yield votes.
Right.
Or yields.
Because I was thinking he was a decent guy at that point.
And I'll say this. there are things that have happened that are positive for sure. But the overall consensus is the community has needs that's not being met.
Period. We are suffering as a community.
And we're making investments in sometimes downtown, but what about the rest of
exactly
the city and
The
not just the
entirety.
areas of people who are going to vote for you? And that's where the challenge comes. And like I said, transparency is a major factor because even if I don't agree, at least I know what you got going on. For example, y'all paving these streets right now, right? Not always
they're
the
not
best work.
paving. They're not
Patching.
they're patching them up. That's on my
Patching. But if I know, hey, that there's a strategy that you about to go down 26th, 27th, 29th, like you're going to do something, there's something happening. Then there's documentation saying, hey, after this phase, we're projected on this day, depending on whether we're going to start actually paving
give
the
us a
streets.
timeline.
But when you don't give this kind of information, this kind of transparency, it is just another false promise as everything else. And Main Street, and let me go call it a spade while I talk about the past, has been a lie to us consistently. Through Blue Cardinal, we have been expecting a flip.
A development in each year. There's a new thing.
Nothing. Wonder Falls fell.
Yeah.
Right.
The Niagara Hotel. Like, so let's not forget that y'all been lying to us for a while. So don't get iffy now.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, oh, what y'all talking about and complaining?
Yeah.
No, we gave you the option for a solution. We expected it and you failed us. Where we at now for real?
Strongly.
So I wrote down something to piggyback off that.
Yes, go ahead.
People can handle the truth. What creates distrust is feeling shut out of the conversation. Period. Exactly what he was saying here. Like, it's just you don't get to make a dream for people. You don't get to sell dreams and then don't deliver them.
Yeah.
You have thousands of people in this city.
Yeah.
And we for generations have been waiting for something to happen. And it's 2026. And it's like, it's now. It's now.
Yeah.
It's now. It has to change.
Well, because even now, like, who's the developer?
Right.
Who's
right? Okay, so
Casper
correct
the
me if I'm
Friendly
wrong.
Ghost.
We're missing a lot of people inside City Hall, correct? Like workers. Like, we don't have a project manager, correct?
Right. Yeah.
We don't have a code enforcer anymore, correct?
We're missing a lot of that.
Why? So for
But they're
me,
okay with it.
and that's okay. That's terrible because
Wow.
so for me, a boss cannot keep employees if he is a terrible boss,
Right.
or a manager. Okay, and that's the first thing that I notice when I apply for a job. What is the turnover rate of the people, and why? Why are you filling this position, or why is this position empty? How are you leading a city, mind you, and have empty positions for heads of things that need to happen? So we have how much money for the Pine Avenue farmers market situation? How much money?
City market.
The city market.
Millions.
How many millions?
A couple
How many
days.
millions?
I know they
Forgot
sold
how
it for
many
2 million,
millions,
which
yeah.
is they bought it for 2 million. Bought it, okay, and then I think it was 9 million, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. But we don't have a project manager to develop this,
You don't
to
have a
get
grant
the
writer.
steps going.
Right. And see, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing about when they did have an active grant writer, because if we do, this person is somewhere in the orbit. First and foremost, you should not, especially when you're dealing with the city and the municipal space, have a grant writer paid a salary like that. They should get paid per grant you actually pull in, because that's going to make you work, and you're going to find any
It's going to
and
have
every,
your hustle
Right.
going.
you're going
so
to
do
hustle,
something, yes.
right? It becomes one of those, because what happens is, if I tell a grant writer that they can get paid $80,000 a year
And not
to
get
be the
anything
grant
in.
writer, and you just have every now and again kind of like random grants that you may pull in that is very easy, you're still getting
Paid.
you're getting
Either
paid.
way,
You're
either way, you're
fine.
doing it.
So it's
Mhm.
so many things that are run so backwards in City Hall. And I think so my problem, and that's what I stated last night. And that's why I told them to refer to me as their consequence from here on out, solely
Love that.
because you claim, and I'll even go as far as to go right to the top of the food chain of the council, from the chairman, Mr. Archie.
Mhm.
You claim that it's a circus. You want people to be nice. You want people to, not really express their emotions. But we get fed up because you guys up there, as you take away a couple of minutes for us to even speak to you and address you, to go from 5 minutes to 3, because it just you want to cut that short and kind of muzzle us a little bit. That's something that's another time and another
you can't
another show.
You can't not take the heat.
Like you're gonna have to.
You're in the hot seat.
Listen, you're gonna get this work.
Yeah.
And I think that's so overall, like, don't expect niceties from us when you guys are operating out of order. Don't expect us to be okay, cool, calm, and collected, and just speak with our nice voices. And no, you're gonna feel what you feel from us, because you guys are operating. You don't have a city controller. You voted on 8 items last night and pushed through from the mayor's office without the mayor there to answer any questions in real time. This happens on a normal. So what makes you think that we're okay with that? You playing with my dollars too.
Yeah.
Before
and you just can't be trustworthy. The thing is, if you want the community to like you, that's what you need. If you need us to coddle you and appreciate you sitting up there, then why don't you join our side here? Why don't you join the community's side? Why don't you come into the city, meet your people, and join us in what we have to live through, and hear us, listen to us, and then show us the work that you're putting in for us. And then maybe we'll give you a kiss on the cheek. Until then.
Yeah.
How about joining the people that you work for? You're literally elected to be a public servant.
Yes.
For whatever reason, you sit up on that dais and feel like you're bigger than those of us who are speaking to you.
And it's just a part-time position for $9.98.
Right.
I believe that's what Bridget Miles said to me.
This is
I know, that was funny. I did laugh.
A raise.
I did
A
laugh.
raise is crazy.
Because you need to put an effort. I'm cool with giving y'all a raise if there was something actually done for us.
Well, you got
to. Now, here's your challenge, because this is what I said. I said, because I listened to the mayor's conversation to himself by himself in the room with somebody else.
Right.
And what happens is, I watched the council change, but the conversation of the mayor remained the same, which means that it can't always be the council's problem. Because this is a different council than the last one. And prior to that was a different council, but you still have the same complaints. Which lets me know that there's a different dilemma here. It's the head. And I don't believe, I would say that he doesn't have a heart for the totality of the city. And you need that. You have to have it. So what happens is, even if the council wants to do something, there's red tape and there's legal rhetoric, there's all these elements that's like, hey, if I tried to do something, I can't do it, because you got certain people who yes in everything that you say.
And so I'm gonna piggyback right after that, because here's what happens, and I'm going to put a heavy portion of that blame on the council once again, because the council has the authority to go back into that city charter. Because let me just give, just for some of you who are on here that may not know the backstory. In 2018, there were 2 charters. There was 2 city charters that the city of Niagara Falls was operating out of, and they were kind of like back and forth. It was just really weird how they were doing it. So they had a lawyer actually take those 2 charters, merge them together, and codify with this lawyer's wording, his language. And what lawyer was that? That was Robert Rustino, when he was a lawyer a year before he ran for mayor.
Wait, and there's tea with that too. I heard some stuff.
Yeah,
come on, T.
I've heard some stuff. wait, I don't know what it was, but I think somebody had told me that somebody's cell phone went off inside his courtroom.
That courtroom one.
And then he locked everybody in the courtroom because he was mad about it.
Oh yeah, that was
so
early.
He's already emotionally unhinged to me. That's what.
No,
I wish I was
very
following.
much.
I wish I was into this back then, because I wish I was. But here we are now. That's fine. How did we let an emotionally unstable person now represent the entirety of our city?
That part
violent.
It's bad.
So now you have a city charter that's written from the man who actually ran for mayor. So of course, people ask, how is he allowed to do this and do that? Because in his language, he knows how to navigate through anything that he wants to do because he codified the charter. So what happens is you need to get a real lawyer to come. And this is something that you don't have to. Here's the thing. I heard people say, well, you can get the community to do, and then at the next election, you can go in the bank and be on. No. If you had a city council that's worth their weight in salt, they would actually come together and say, you know what, we will revisit this city charter ourselves. Yeah. We will get a lawyer of our own to look over this. And then what we can do is we can bring the power back to the council where it's supposed to be and get rid of this whole strong mayor situation.
They don't have a lawyer of their own?
No.
They have to listen. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Right.
Wait, this is crazy, actually. Okay, that's terrible. So they have to, because when the first city council meeting I went to, the lawyer got mad at Vincent Culley for asking a question.
Every time.
He got angry. He visibly yelled at him in front of everybody. And then everybody just sat down and was like, quiet.
Yeah.
They don't have a lawyer for themselves.
That was one of the
So how do you know what they're saying to you? Because it is in all of these terms, right? That bigger words, right? I'm going to say that, that means something else that you may not understand, right? And they had 4 days to read through these, right?
13 items.
13 items. Okay. And then there's no lawyer for the people, right? Because the city council is for the people. So we have no people lawyer. Wow.
Yeah.
You got to remember that lawyer, Tom Du Bois, he's actually selected by the mayor.
And let me just,
right.
And let me just call a spade. And the mayor has not elected high quality people to represent.
No,
he needs people that's going to stroke his ego.
Yeah.
And he needs someone that's going to do as I say. So
enough is enough.
I'll hide you. So he's not going to have none of his directors of these different boards. He's not going to have the directors of code enforcement, DPW, our departments. He's not going to have them show up at city council because at the end of the day, there's a level of accountability that's going to be had because someone's going to ask a question that's going to deal with how they operate day to day. These are the people that operate our day-to-day operations for DPW, code enforcement.
But now the council can't even go talk to him.
No, because
Why?
because the language inside of the city charter states that you have to go through the mayor's office to have a conversation with the department head, even as council.
That don't sound like a little bit of dictatorship to me.
Oh yeah,
right. No, and that's what it is. Because if you don't have access to talk to the department's head,
right.
But guess what?
So
if you really want access as a council body, it's up to you to go back to that charter and actually make that change, make those adjustments that give you that power.
Yes.
He actually has it set in the charter that says that the council can investigate any department in the city of Niagara Falls except who? The mayor. This is all his language. So my thing is this, of course he made it so it could help him and make him become as strong as possible as far as government is concerned. But I blame council. We can't keep saying, well, council can't do this and council can't do that when they have the opportunity to go back, revisit the charter, bring all of that power that belong that, well, let me just put it this way,
I hear you, Tim.
to begin to balance because we're imbalanced right now. The mayor is holding all of the power and he's running. The council meeting is not run by city council. The council meeting is run by his slip and fall lawyer, Tom Du Bois.
Yeah.
And actually being ran by the mayor through his lawyer. And they accept it. And if you're willing to accept it, that's like somebody come and pretty much pissing on your house. And you're like, okay, well, they did it. So, I mean, I guess I have to just live with it when there's things that you can do.
I don't understand, though, because they do make a lot amount of money, right? They only make so much a year from this position in city council. So what is it that they are so afraid of making the changes necessary to be a city council? I don't understand.
So based off of conversations that I've had privately that I can't expose them, they hit themselves, is the fact that when you begin to buck up against this administration, it comes with legal exchange, and it comes with a lot of petty situations happening. And I'll say
making your life harder,
making it harder, making things difficult, and then it's just it doesn't seem worth it.
You know what is a powerful way to combat that? Going straight to social media. If you have a following, if you're a city council member, you should have that following. If you're being harassed or antagonized or made to feel or see things a different way, you, as a city council member, should tell the people what is really happening.
Yes. And you have to have what you said is that clout or that impact or that connection, because what happens, the mayor ain't even got that.
No, he sure don't, because there's only a couple
6
people
that's watching the show.
And I just started watching them myself, and I started cheering them. I don't know how I got viral on Facebook. I've had a lot of friends and followers on there. Now, I don't even have 2,000 followers, people. Yeah. It's because people want to talk about Niagara Falls. So you really just need to have the understanding of how to work social media to get that following. Yeah. That's it.
And to be honest with you, that is the culture of the region.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So this is what I was saying about communication, right? Is that the huge gap that the people here have between understanding what the politics are is because it's not digestible. Like we're in 2026, okay, Jetsons era. Like we need to have a better understanding of how to communicate with people through social media, because that's just what it is.
It's what it is.
The Niagara Gazette is biased. The Niagara Gazette is a propaganda formed media, like the rest of them for Fox and CNN. They all believe in a certain way. They're biased people. So what you need is, I don't know what you need, but we need more transparency on communication. I think starting with I don't want to say an influencer, but that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's what it is. And I think that to be honest with you, the city, prior to this year has really been outdated. They're still updated, but like updating reports, conversations, dialogue, can't pay a bill online, you can handle things. It's like, yo, where we at? We just updated our lighting to the streets. Like, what's happening? Like, but it's like, if we are so detached. So now what's happening though is now you have this propaganda fire as trying to show the city what you're doing for clout more so, and probably voting, than the effectiveness of what it is. Like, for real, if you go to these communities and you have a conversation and you find out what's the problem, what needs to be dealt with, and what's the strategy to make it happen, and let's engage in that. But the focus be everywhere else. Like, and when you call for community leaders,
where's their focus at? What is he doing?
His focus is he has these meetings for development or community leaders, but the leaders that I know to be in the community.
I was going to say, who is he inviting?
Developers downtown Niagara Falls.
So wait,
they don't even live
the guy
here.
who owns
you call
Giacomo. What's his name? Pellegrino? Not Pellegrino. I can't remember his name right now.
It's all right, but them down there.
You know who?
Because he had a meeting like, the community leaders are here, and I didn't see anybody from the community that leads.
Right.
Not only
Which
that,
community?
and then you put a community person from Buffalo as a representative.
Oh my gosh.
He's good.
Right.
Good for the token.
Definitely for the token.
For the token. Give me 30 seconds. I gotta run downstairs. Y'all hold it down.
I think it was Palladino, but I'm kind of scared to say that.
So basically,
I was looking into his people of who's been funding his campaigns, and there are a lot of them are
you
developers.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. So a lot of them are developers, right? A downtown Niagara Falls developers, mind you. What does that sound like? A funniest word to say together? Downtown Niagara Falls downtown developers. Where
look
they at?
And what does our downtown look like? And here's the thing. So that's why I get so frustrated with fluff pieces from media, local media here, because it doesn't represent our reality
at all.
And so when you have, the mayor and his new PIO, public information officer, just for
thank you.
And they're going every day, look at our city at work, and
then it wasn't actually cleaned up.
Right.
And then it wasn't actually cleaned up. So what you have people posting pictures of you guys moving the trash from the side of the alley so the garbage man can pick it up. Is that what it is? Or are the garbage man not going to pick it up because it's not in a garbage can?
Right.
Because I think that Niagara Falls switched their contract over to a Grand Island trash area business. And Casellas, yep. And you cannot have anything outside of your garbage can unless it's the first of the month, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. So you move all of this trash just for it to sit in the alley still?
because everything becomes a photo op. So
Valid.
that's one thing and that's another thing that this administration. Well, I'm not going to say the administration because it's not
Now,
necessarily his brothers.
Do you guys believe? Oh, I know his brother's a city administrator. That blew my mind.
Oh, he doesn't live here in the city of Niagara Falls either,
What?
just in case. So
Where does he live?
If you don't know, he lives in the town of Niagara.
Okay, because I don't think that's right.
And no, it's not because it's there, especially
is
when
that
you
illegal?
represent. That's one of the things that Mr. Tim Heater, has been addressing. Is the fact that we have people who are operating in city government that's
he's
not
the
following
city manager.
Yes,
the manager. He's right under the mayor.
Yes,
he's the one who kind of makes decisions on things too.
Yeah.
Like he
very
leads
much
the
so.
way, and he lives in the town of Niagara.
Yeah,
Greetings.
Yeah.
He can't even vote. He can't even vote in the mayoral election,
right?
Or
he
the
doesn't.
city council.
He's
or
not even
anything.
paying taxes in the city of Niagara Falls.
Oh.
Yeah.
So again,
Does
we're talking about City Hall.
believe that the mayor truly has our best interest in mind?
Oh, no.
Yes or no?
No.
Let me know in the
Absolutely
comments.
not. Y'all can drop that.
Yeah, because certain things doesn't make sense. And this is just what I say. We talk about Centennial Park, which has been now the event center. Watch vocabulary words. It's the same thing. Is that this project that you're trying to make happen doesn't have a financial backing.
No.
But yet you have access to these millions of dollars and you have not completed
a single thing.
And allegedly, according to a Carol, something's supposed to happen this summer. We'll see. But what happens is you're trying to get us to spend $250 million for an event center. We haven't even managed Main Street.
Right. Why are we building that up? Why are we building that up when there is abandoned buildings? Buildings already ready to go to be fixed up on the inside, and you want to start something else? It's disgusting.
And there's so many other, and I am not the mayor at this present time, but there's other options.
Yes.
So if you really want an event center, flip this Rainbow Mall.
Yes.
Which is right here.
Yeah.
It has parking.
Yeah.
Parking is there.
Yeah.
Maximize that. If you're going to fix Rapids, get it Rapids. You hear these Joe solutions. Fix Rapids and get you people to come in here and pull what comes to downtown into the city.
Didn't somebody just purchase Rapids?
The city got Rapids.
Yeah.
Oh, the city bought Rapids.
The city got Rapids.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
So here's the
imagine
thing.
nothing's going to happen with that, y'all.
But watch
Just know
this.
that while this under this administration, nothing's going to happen.
What's not happening right now, not only when you're talking about event centers and we're going to have concerts, and that was their thing. We're going to have concert. Billy Joel, he can come here and he can do a concert. And all of this. So the crazy part is
how
this.
are you going to keep up with the casino,
Rapids.
though?
That's another thing.
That's what they do.
Watch
That's
this.
their jam.
I'm about to give you some good like hearty meat.
Great.
Watch this. So not only are we not maximizing Rapids, we also have a Niagara Falls Convention Center that's on the, I believe, the Old Falls.
Yeah.
And there's nothing really being done with that as well.
Didn't they build that for events?
Supposed to have been. And that's an event center, right?
Right.
And there's
it's
no
such a
events.
congested area as well. There's like hardly any
I
parking
don't know.
right there.
Have we had any city concerts in that building at all?
No.
Not one.
We're outside and Delaware North is running that.
Right. Therefore, we can't. So with something that's in the heart of our city, in that space, we're not packing that out. But here's the other portion. So we got to look at it. So many other different portions of this. Most of the people that come into this region and that makes their way into the city of Niagara Falls, they come by way of the Buffalo Niagara Airport. The Buffalo Niagara International Airport.
Yes.
So international airport is crazy.
Right, that's real crazy, right? But here's the thing, and then Buffalo will use our name for their benefit.
Don't get me started on that.
But that's another show. But the thing is this: if I'm a big artist, and I show up at Buffalo, and I see Shay's Performing Arts, I see Kleinham Music Hall, I see Buffalo Convention Center, I see Key Bank Arena. Oh, Dante, no, we're gonna have the Centennial Park is gonna have an amphitheater. I see the Bison Stadium, which has concerts all summer long. I see all of that. Then I come over here and I see a casino that has an event center that they give away more tickets than a little bit because the casino is smart. What you're thinking that's going to be the city savior called the Centennial Park, the casino is using that as a funnel to their big thing.
Valid.
So what you think is the big thing, they're using as a funnel.
Yeah, no,
Two,
be wise.
also,
We're-
well, I probably said more than two. Art Park is struggling.
No, valid.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
They are.
Art Park is
That's a
struggling
good
right
venue.
now.
And what happens is it just doesn't make logical sense. And this is what crazy is. If you really wanted it that bad, there was another company willing to give you a different location to do it.
Yeah.
This is not a Niagara Falls dilemma issue resolved. This is ego.
Yes, it
This
is.
is
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
and I can really go into detail, but I gotta be wise. But you can really dig into this is a dislike. This is
It's
the
like you don't
courtroom.
like us.
This is the courtroom
Yes.
fiasco.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get the answers that I want. Everybody now
is
suffers.
locked inside the demise of my anger. That's crazy.
And that's wild because you're telling me you couldn't maximize anything, and then you give
You're right.
you give false starts to stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Listen to this and listen to it well. I'll get you to the planning phase, but if it's not what I want to do, I'm not putting nothing in the ground for you.
That's insane because you're right. If he wanted to do anything, we would see progress.
Absolutely.
Because the narrative has been that we're broke. The city's broke. No, we had 19 million come in 2019, 2020 probably, after it was given to us to get things going on Main Street. Main Street, people. Main Street, 2019. That's a long time ago.
Right, and somebody even said recently that development takes time. Granted, I get
Sure,
you.
it takes time. But you haven't seen a single flag.
But I ain't
anything.
seen the flag. I haven't seen the imagery. I haven't seen the image. I haven't seen it. But
It's been 7 years. You can definitely get the yellow tape up in 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
and even if you ain't
can.
did all, you could have did one building.
Right. Not a single building.
Trust
They even had
and believe
set
it's funding
in for,
out there.
There's money here. There's money here. Whatever they're doing with it, I don't know. But I put foils in people to
Yeah.
find out. Let's all hold him accountable together because I'm just one person.
Valid.
But we all deserve to know. He had set up a lot amount of money, that $19 million to beautify Main Street. Beautify was his word. I listened to on his YouTube video. For the sidewalks, for the landscaping. Have you guys driven down there lately? Because I have. I do. I drive around these
only thing
streets
that got
every
grass is the
day.
police station.
That's it.
That's it. And,
That's it.
And it's so simple. There's a spot on off of Buffalo Avenue, turn right on the Hyde Park. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a brown fence. There's a bush and a bush and a bush and a little bit of old mulch right there. You trying to tell me you cannot get an artist to write Niagara Falls right here? You're telling me you can't paint that fence to update it? You can't put some perennial flowers in there that come back every year, require low maintenance? Mayor, you get hydrangeas. They're beautiful. They're flowers. They come back every year. You don't need to do nothing with them.
Yeah, but
You can't do anything at all, small, minute, to make things presentable.
because we wouldn't do a $4.5 million dog
The
shelter.
infrastructure
Right, that part,
affects
and $8
mental health and safety.
An $8 million pole barns at DPW
Yeah, and this is
Always that behind the
and this is my
the Hyde
concern
Park
with
right there.
on Porter Road,
Porter Road.
New Road, Porter and New Road.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But here's my challenge with the dog shelter is that we had a police station that's right here that is just sitting there dormant. You tell me you couldn't invest and flip
Do
that
you
around?
guys
Yeah.
see
that part.
the damage done to that dying police?
Valid. And my thing is you couldn't invest.
You could have used something.
You
there.
could have put a gate up. You could have flipped that building upside down. You already got the sales down.
The
somewhere.
sales there, so
I ain't been in
that's-
there, but I'm just saying I believe they're there.
They
there.
should
Then
be.
you could have
It
put
should
the
be.
dog kennel right
So what I'm
there.
saying
Right.
is the mayor is it maximizing what's available before you
Right.
start. There's a time in the season to build new for sure, but you have not maximized the space that you have, and you haven't given people who have a heart for the city. Let me just say this about while I'm talking trash a little bit. The people that they've given chances to from outside the city, they cannot find to this day. To find them, to give them any kind of taxes,
Right.
because the building that they bought is the building they used to. This building is bought at 1852 Linwood. I'm making that up. It's not real.
Right.
The company name is 1852 Linwood.
Yeah.
So when you send mail to the location for taxes for water, or they return the sender.
Right.
Because there's nobody. Oh my god.
They don't even know. So I gotta get out there. I'm gonna lose my
I just wanted to say something. Tim Huther said, Heater
Heater,
said,
yeah.
sorry,
Sorry.
said mayor's brother drives a city vehicle home to the town of Niagara every day.
That's crazy.
We funding
How
family.
did we let this happen? How
But
did this
again,
happen?
when we have people in office that becomes the they allow it to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and if you allow it to happen, that's where the people outside of government has to step in.
Yes.
Yeah, we need more.
And what happens is and so let me go into another piece of space, especially people who are named leaders with throughout the city of Niagara Falls.
Yes.
When you're here parading this man around in your churches,
You must have do this. You
And-
must have
Wait, what are you
snatched the
talking
words.
about?
yeah,
You
and
must
when
have
you're-
snatched the words
Who's
out of my
inviting
Yes.
him
mouth.
to a church?
Oh, trust and believe. There's a few people, a couple of pastors that are his token that he will definitely have him parade, especially next year. You'll see it. I'll leave them nameless right now. I'll let them live. But there's the other portions of people who are considered leadership that will parade him during these park fests and stuff at Gluck Park and so on and so forth. And they make him seem like something that he isn't. They're the toxins
Yeah.
and they are the cancers that allow the people because what happens is people throughout the community that respect these leaders.
You're being lied
There-
to.
And this is my problem with that. Now, what you're saying is valid. It's valid. My problem is that those same leaders won't hold that man accountable
Exactly.
for what he said inside your walls.
Exactly.
Right. And guess what?
then you're
Another
lying to the
election
people?
will take place and they'll allow him back again. I watched it.
So what is that? What is happening to them? What are they getting from doing that?
So
what
is
are they getting?
It's almost, let's call it like this. So, there's celebrities, right? When they show up, you just want to be around that element. Locally, he is a man of power. Local, just be the name mayor and being attached to that period. And when that level of power, whether it be good or bad, shows up into a place, you're going to either fold to it, hold it accountable, or rise above it. And a lot of times what happens is, the mayor's here and it just sounds good. It's in your spot, it's in your space. But then you fold and you don't cry loud, you don't spare not. You don't hold him accountable for what he said, but you'll come into your church and walk in your pews and you'll give all this rhetoric and you'll give these people, go vote for him. But hold up, you ain't did what you said.
Jesus would
And based on what the
want.
word said, you're a liar, and in hell you'll raise up your.
Jesus would want you guys to hold bad people
Absolutely.
accountable.
Right.
Just saying.
No, that's a
He
fact.
would. And then also, I'm a waitress here in the Falls. I've been here for a long time. Do you know how many times the mayor comes in to eat at my restaurant? A lot. I've seen him more at the restaurants I work at than I have seen him out in the streets in public. That says something. And then also, my managers know not to give him to me because, yes, I will take care of him if I had to, and I would keep it professional.
For sure.
But in those points, I can't hold him accountable. And boy, oh boy, I want to.
Yeah.
I've never met with him in person either.
Valid.
So, and I wonder what that would be like. And I don't want to be lied to. I don't take that lightly. I could read a room really well. I could read people really well. I could see your truth coming out of you when you're lying to me. And so, like, it would be fun. It would be energetic for me to go entertain something like that. But I would probably leave frustrated and angry. But I bet you it would be enlightening.
Yeah. Before we get ready to slide out here, this conversation is really good. We need some. We might have to.
We gotta do this again.
Again,
Let's
for
do it
sure,
again.
for sure.
Let's do it again.
For sure. What would be some if you had the option? Here you go, Joe. Joe, you my guy. I'm not supposed to every time, Joe. What would be some action items that you would give to somebody like this? The solution. I know what the primary solution is, and that's the vote.
Oh, we need to vote different.
You got to vote. You got to vote different. But there's a need of accountability. But what suggestions would you offer to somebody who's watching or come across this? What can they do to help a better resolve? What would you give that to them to say?
I think that just the everyday person just needs to get informed. I think we need to get informed on who is what in the city, what the city has, people who they are running, who they are to the mayor. I think that's important. I've been very, very overwhelmed learning lately about what's actually happening here in the city. And while you don't want it to overwhelm you, it's very important right now that we get educated on what is happening, what's really real, because there's a lot of fake stuff happening. A lot. They have made Donta a demon here, and he is false from it, very far from it. Very, very far from it. Holding your leaders accountable is our duty. It's our duty as citizens. We have to do that, especially on a local level. Federally, we have no idea what's going on, but here we have a say. And I think it's important for you all to know that your voice matters in the local.
Yes.
More than anything else. You guys are important. and it's time to get involved.
No valid.
Remove the blinders.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what happens is we get to a point where a lot of people have lost hope. And I said this before, I have an understanding of the apathy because a lot of people have been lied to by politicians for years and years and decades.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be normalized anymore.
It
though.
shouldn't be.
We should not normalize that.
Now what do we do? Because faith without works is dead.
Right.
What do we do?
Yeah. So what has to happen is you
We should have
get
a
the
trial
information. You're gonna have basically you're gonna have to show up.
Yeah, just show up. That's
Yeah.
important.
If you show up, it's enough that takes place in City Hall with your dollars that will make you come back again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see what happens is the more people. So imagine you're a person that makes decisions and you're in a room with 10 people, the same 10 people that comes every time you meet in this meeting in this room. And these same 10 people are holding you accountable, but you have 45,000 people that could come hold you accountable, but just the same few people. So you kind of give them their little 3 minutes and then you just go home, right? So think of the difference between them versus 1,000 people staring you in your face when you're getting ready to show how you're gonna spend my money. The level of you have to be more engaged.
Yeah.
So that's the what we need to happen, the things that it's not a physical thing. See, people are thinking like, or even with Joel's conversation, or his wording. First of all, there is no one thing that's going to fix the city of Niagara Falls. Our problem in Niagara Falls is it has to be fixed from the inside out. Yes. So when we're talking about our basic needs, our basic quality of life issues. So instead of having so many, let's say, ribbon cuttings and photo ops in front of all of these, let's say, fast food chains that are only
not making us healthy.
not making us healthy and not making a livable wage for people to take care of their families. We don't have the Buffalo Avenue that we once had. So so what happens is now we have to make a change in how stop trying to find new answers using old metrics. Yes. We don't have over 100,000 people in the city of Niagara Falls anymore.
We gotta operate differently.
We don't have the tax base we once had before. So therefore, we're going to have to basically pull everything together and say, what do we really have? What can we really afford? And then begin to hold local government accountable, begin to start pouring back into our local businesses. Yes. The ones that are the bloodline of the city of Niagara Falls, the ones that still stood the test of time after COVID.
Yeah.
So overall, it's going to take an inside out. And it was a question that I seen on there. I want to definitely answer that. That was from Mr. Garfalo about the Niagara Gazette. Yes. There's actually one reporter on there, and his name is Mr. Mark Shear. To me, I feel like he's the better portion of the Gazette, if you ask me, and that's my portion. That's me thinking. But when we speak of the Gazette, we're talking about the leadership of Gazette. So we're talking about those who basically make the decisions of what can be published and what can't be published. And you have your Rick Pfeiffer, who's basically like shoulder and shoulder, hand in lockdown with the mayor as well. So that's where the fluff pieces come in. Yeah. So although he is, there are multiple reporters.
They can only get through so much.
Right. And I'm speaking to the hierarchy of Niagara Gazette, and I'm talking about the decision makers and who decides what comes out and what gets published, because I know they tie his hands often as well.
I think that it's important that we operate in numbers now. Okay,
very much
I think
so.
that's something that's going to be really, really eye-opening to this administration, is if they start to see numbers of people showing up.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they realize they have an audience, and I'm sure he saw my videos. There's no way you couldn't have.
Oh, you'll hear about it on Friday.
Right. And watch this. Here's the other portion, though. To add what you just said, we have to operate in numbers, but consistent numbers.
Yes. Not just one day because you're mad. You got
right.
come to the meetings twice a month, please.
Watch
just show,
this.
if you got nothing to say, just show up, because once you start filling up these seats to sit in, you now have a huge audience on your back. And this little liar pants on fire is a scaredy cat. So let's just do it. Let's stir the pot a little bit, people. We need us,
even when it's boring, because there's going to be point in times where it's literally just business.
But you know what? I don't know if this city could ever have something boring right now, because we got a lot to talk about.
Sure do. Listen, for the good of the community is always going to be lit, because until we actually have a council and a city council that's on behalf of the people and working for the people that they actually got hired to work for, that they got elected to work for, until we actually have that, and we're going to still come, and we're still going to give you that work.
I wonder who wants to run for city council that is like that. I just wonder. So how do we get that?
I think that doing what we're doing now, because informing people is one, but being that inspiration to be involved and get is necessary.
Because this is exciting, people. This is exciting.
But and what happens is, and I think that's a part people miss, that you think we're just complaining. No, this is stirring somebody up who feels the same. Well, I feel the same way. If you stir them up, and I like what you said, showing up at City Hall, but the social media aspect is here's your solution, is necessary, because there are those of young and vibrant who are current. Social media is that platform to stir and to find out what's going on and to dig, and you can escape that.
You cannot, and it stays on there for your online presence. Your portfolio, it stays there forever.
And then when you do that, and that pull to come in, we got to pull in and show up. And what Lisa said, she said she'll speak for anybody who doesn't want to speak, but that also means that everybody doesn't have to show up, but if you can just get representation,
to show up
in your stead, and that's for every. I say it again, like I said before, every religious institution, every block club and community event, every administrator over youth department, every young youth program. If you come with a representation of 2,
that's it.
There's not enough room
in that chambers. It would be.
Wouldn't it be
standing room only every
if we
time?
Got the youth to come and talk about how they want their futures to look. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Yeah.
Because right now, when I live here. When I was a child, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know who I was going to be when I got older, because what was there to look at?
Now that's another conversation, because now you're talking about a city that is not. I'll say this properly, that is not given the full potential of investment into the possibilities of what can do. Let me pause here.
Look here, and there's it's endless.
I can drive 30 minutes across the border and get a school for electrician work, get a school to be a chef and a cook, get a school to perfect my voice or my craft and music.
Investing into their people.
If
this mayor doesn't want to invest into any of us.
It took I'm gonna call his name out, I don't care, Donta Richardson, hell in high water to try to get a program into the high school.
Yep.
And even now it don't.
Listen.
Why are you a voice for directing the kids, the youth, and you're not doing anything what is wrong with people?
The crazy part is when Donta reached out to me about this program, first and foremost, when it spoke volumes for itself. But when I found out the red tape that he went through the school system, he reached out to the mayor. This is Stanford University. Now he reached out to me because he was like, you go hard. He was like, I need somebody that's gonna put it out. And so what happened is I reached out to Mr. Laurie. I'm like, hey, bro, we need to have a conversation. Check your email. Blah 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 blah. Fast forward without going through all any heavy. It's now in the high school, and now we have high school students who are Stanford University students as well, who got Stanford University credits. And so this is the next round of it.
Right.
So my thing is this, but why is there so much red tape? Because of the simple fact is that those who are in power and those who are making decisions are allowing one man to be a dictator or a petty tyrant, as his once colleagues in the judges once named him once he got removed from the bench. So
wait, didn't he get removed from
the bench?
He did. He got removed from being a judge, correct?
Yes.
And then got hired to be a mayor.
Twice.
Do you all see what's wrong with that?
Twice.
If you don't have a good judgment as a judge, how can you?
Listen, don't come. I don't want to hear. Listen, don't do no king rally over here, and if you're not doing it with the guy that's trying to be a king.
Honestly, because what I was focusing on some federal government stuff, and I'm like, I can't do anything here. I can't do anything here when we have that personal
Same
person in our own office,
Right
5
here.
minutes down the street from my house.
right here.
Just them for our youth. And so there can be a greater investment. I won't tell you that there's no investment, but there can be a greater investment. I got checked one time. Frank, you said it ain't nothing. I'm not telling you it ain't nothing, but it needs to be a whole lot more. Because just like the young lady said next to me, I didn't know what I was going to do. There's youth right now. I have no idea what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing here for the youth to look at and be like, oh, I see this person in a healthy way, mind you, in a healthy way, in a good way, in a collective good way that they're inspired by. You know, you can look at the quick ways to make money around here, which happens, and people are inspired by that. But where are the people that are inspiring the youth to that?
And here's the problem. Is that we're getting ready to build stuff that we haven't prepared our youth and young adults to be able to occupy
or maintain.
Right.
Because if you get somebody to do rapids or whatever event center, somebody has to know how to do lighting. Somebody has to know how to manage sound, engineering, video camera. And if you haven't developed or programmed or established anything to do that, you're going to get somebody from out Pennsylvania, out of town, out of state to come and do.
Yeah. An event manager.
Yeah.
A bar manager.
Booking. Everything that comes along with it.
And the city doesn't even hire people that they need the positions filled to do anything properly. So why would they do that with Rapids?
Yeah.
Well, see, if it's real, then you would see that. And that's another thing. So I know some people gonna feel some kind of way, and I don't really care. That's why I feel the same way about the data center.
I do too.
I feel like it's a fake fight. I don't think
is.
it's not this whole data center versus the event center. It's a fake fight.
Why in the world are we introducing a data center to this city? Right? Did you guys anybody do research on what the communities already surrounding data centers have to deal with at all? Because you should before anybody votes this shit in. Oh, I'm sorry for swearing. Because it's not great. It's not great. It's really not great.
But I'll put it this way. Let's say if you were planning on building a data center, why haven't you set up some form of education because as far as funding and these big jobs, because these for a data center, for them to run that, you need people, and these are very skilled positions to be able to run that. So why haven't before, if you're really serious about building that, at the end of the day, there should be some level of education for the people who live here. Right. So once that's built, we can move them into this position, and these will be livable wage jobs that they'll be able to take care of their families.
And then they're going to want to build houses here or buy houses and fix them up, and they're going to want to raise a family.
But if you're not preparing the people for what's getting ready to happen,
right,
you are doing a disservice.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to, and I mean no disrespect to anybody.
And the kids are bored.
The best you're going to give them is the cleaning position.
Exactly. And we deserve more than that. The people of the city have been through generationally, have been through so much. Like the trauma that my family inherited, that I inherited from my family, because there's nothing here besides what we see. I came from a long line of drug addicts and alcoholics, and it affected me being a child and what I wanted to be when I grew up. By the time I was 14, I was mad. I was mad and I was bored, right? So I caused chaos because that's what all I knew, right? So if we're not talking about that as well, we're still failing. Yeah. We're still failing everybody. You can't have a data center when there's the youth has no light anymore. Yeah. Where is that?
And people are coming to invest, but they realize all the red tape and all of the rhetoric. They back out.
So tell me the red tape. Why does he talk about development, and then the people come to do it, and he's like, well, you got to do all this and that.
Because he wants his name to be in lights. He wants it to be glitz and glamour with his name on it, and that's not just him. These are former mayors that does the same thing.
Okay, but didn't Deister have the city hall raided? Wasn't the city hall raided? Didn't the city hall get raided years ago? I'm telling you, it did. I got it right. I googled it the other day.
When you say rated, is it we in the hood think?
Okay,
right. Or was it audited? It's what?
Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna look it up. I just saw it because I was shocked. I was baffled. I'm like, how did this happen?
What is happening here? But I do know that there's people
in 2009. in July 17th, 2009. This is Niagara Gazette. Hold on, we're loading. Who was running in 2009?
That was still Deister.
Yes, it was
Deister
under
was still
him.
in
I
office.
can't read it, y'all.
He was in office
I
for
gotta
12
pay
years.
for this.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So the FBI raided.
I gotta look into
The
that.
FBI raided City Hall. Yeah. Where am I at? I'll get back on this.
Yeah.
They did though in 2009, and I remember reading about that, and I was like, "How did that happen?" But I'm not looking that far back into our history because what I'm researching now has overwhelmed me.
Well,
Yeah, it's enough.
It's enough.
Trust me, it's enough
That's
juice right
so
now to have you.
my hope is that the people who have watched this or even just come across this video between today and tomorrow, whenever life hits you, is that you're inspired to be present and to show up. Joe Solutions, to show up and to be a part and get involved and do your part. I'm not saying you have to do everything, but if you do your part, and I do our part, it'll add up to something crazy.
Oh, she said Anello.
Absolutely.
No, she said that was Mayor Anello.
Anello.
Okay.
Anello.
Okay.
Oh, so it
See, I
wasn't
knew I
Deister.
knew I
There
was
you go.
improving. That's crazy.
He said documents were confiscated from other. Wow.
Yeah, it was real. Because when I'm trying to do
We
research,
might
right?
do
like
another
learning-
pull up.
I'm
Fans
pulling
video.
it up right now. I'm
where
trying
y'all
to-
at?
Run through real quick. Let me just see what y'all
We
find.
definitely need an audit.
Audit. Listen, I thank you guys for rocking out with me this
Yes.
evening. We got to do it again. So look at your schedules. We'll rock out again.
Yeah.
Because I think that
That's
there's a need for consistent information and conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and we can open up we got more space to open up for more people. But this was good. This is good.
Really good.
I think y'all were tuning in, rocking out with us, Big Frank. Just conversation. We just talking.
That's it.
They will say what they gonna say, but we talking.
We're just talking.
Right.
We're
We
just
talk-
concerned citizens
Right.
of our city, and we want better for all of us.
Absolutely.
That's all. That's where the intent is. That's where the heart lies.
Yes. So make sure you guys follow Donta Myles as well as Ronni Alexandra. And Fire 716 Radio. I appreciate you all. It's been good. We'll holler at y'all.
Bye.
Peace.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
You know what's right. Just do right. It will satisfy your soul.